Hey guys, how you doing? This is Arun here, and I'm just going to walk through a really simple application from start to finish in AppCode 2.0. Again, this is using the BuzzTouch app maker utility, and we're just going to walk through it. Again, if BuzzTouch forums are full of great information, if you have any questions on more advanced topics or plugins, that's a great place to start looking. But I'm just going to log in here at the login screen. We don't need to save a password. Okay, so I have one application so far. What I'm going to do is hit this link, which is create new application. And again, it's a really simple test. So I'll call it simple test app. Yes, I understand the copyright laws. Save. So what this is doing the setup. It's putting all the plugins, setting up the directories and everything that you need to do to start creating your application. So here we see that simple test app is created successfully. The next step is visit the app's control panel and upload an icon, download the source code for the application and launch it in a simulator, add screens and menus to the application using the control panel. Okay, so let's try to follow this exactly. So continue this app's control panel. So now we're in the app itself. Now the first thing that you want to do is upload an app icon. Ideally, you can create this icon as a 1024 by 1024 kind of image. You could do it in Photoshop or one of the free utilities. So I'm just going to go ahead and upload an app icon. I'm going to choose a file. And I already have one created here somewhere. Here's my test icon. Open it up and upload it. And here's the upload status. Should be done pretty soon here. And there we go. Now you want to just kind of drag this out to dimensions that you want, and you can see like a preview of your icon here as an example like that. If you want to move this around, you can. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that, and let's hit save, and now you can see your sample icon there. So the app icon is done. The next thing that you want to do kind of is go to the layout tabs property, and let's just create a non-tab layout or a tab layout, either way. For this purpose, we'll just create a non-tab layout with a home screen nickname. Now, if you're going to do a non-tab layout, let's say I want to put a menu on the home screen. I'm going to go to Screens and Actions, and right now you see that the application doesn't have any screens or actions yet. I'm going to Add New, search for what I want. Now, let's say I want my home screen to be a series of menu buttons. I'm going to hit menu buttons to check out what the plugin actually is and how it looks. Now this kind of gives you a background of some technical information about the plugin itself. More importantly, here's some screenshots that you can take a look at. So you know that you'll have a bunch of series of buttons with some text either in and around the button itself. And obviously you have different layouts, different formats that you can put these buttons as. Close this up. Looks like, okay, let's go ahead with our menu buttons, and I want that to be my main screen. So I'm going to close that. Now what you want to do is search in here for the menu buttons. Plugin type, and call it, let's say, main screen, and add it to the application itself. I hit OK. And now you see that in the screens and actions, you have a menu screen here. Now if you go back to layout and tabs, you can select that screen as your home screen. Just kind of click that and hit save. Go back to screens and actions. And let's just add one simple button so we get an idea. So here's a button item. Now again, when you actually go into again, we hit screens and actions and go into the main screen, which is a menu buttons. And for this test app, again, it's really simple. Just call a standard button label. Let's call it, let's see, screen 1. Now this is going to ask you like what screen you want this to connect this to. So for now we don't have any other screen, so let's just add this button in there. Oh, okay, well here you go, existing screen or new screen required. So let's just create a really simple screen where we can link that button to. A really simple screen would be a custom HTML or text screen where you can actually enter HTML and display the contents. So again, if you want to take a look at the details of that, you can click here. I'll give you some details. It's a custom HTML text document. And again, look at the screenshots. Really simple. You can have forms, you can have audio controls, and you can get as complicated as you want. For our intents and purposes, we're going to do something really simple. So custom HTML text screen. So I'm going to go ahead and find that over here. Okay, we'll call it page 1. I hit add, and now we're going to see it here in screens in action. So we have page 1, go back to our main screen. Let's call it, page 1. And we're going to select page 1 as a screen to go to. Hit add, and now it's added here. Now what I'm going to show you guys is kind of, okay, this is good enough to start with. Let's go to application home, and I want to basically download this source code so that I can compile it in Xcode. So I'm going to pre-package or prepare the package for download. Okay, then download my zip archive. And you see it's saving it over here. So now that we've downloaded our zip archive, I'm actually going to open my downloads folder. And here it is. Simple test app as a zip file. Now, what I'm going to do is double click that, or on a Windows, unzip it or unrar it. And it's going to extract the package contents. Now here we go. Here's our actual test app. And as you can see, it actually has an Xcode project in there. Now, if you can double click that project, it's going to open up Xcode. And again, you want to update to the latest OS for Mac OS, which is Mountain Lion.